Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode on the Blockheads server here. Today is episode 42. 42, that's 21 times 2, just in case you were wondering. Anyhow, today what we're going to be doing is continuing to work on the city. Last time we built that one, and that one, and this crazy tree. Looks like Waffle Stick's been hard at work. He's built this building right here, which looks awesome. And that one, he did a diagonal one, and that one. So he's really been taken off as far as the number of houses that he's built. And so I need to catch up a little bit. What I wanted to do was maybe build, I was thinking about building one over here. I was originally thinking this one. But now that Waffle Stick has built a diagonal house, I need to match him and build another diagonal house. So I think what I'm going to do is attempt to build something out of this guy right here. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. I need to grab my cobblestone and my stone and my andesite and my other stone and my other stone and some more stone and so on and get to work. All right, I think I got a pretty decent foundation going on here. Look at this. We've got a nice doorway right there. I tried to incorporate a little bit of blackstone onto this wall here. And I think this is going to work, actually, just fine. So back here we have, this is going to be like a fireplace that's going to be going up. And then back here, I don't know exactly how we're going to handle the back side of this thing. On the interior, look at this. I like this. And then I'm utilizing these little wall blocks right here to try to create a window right here. And of course I need to put the glass in and so on, but and then there's going to be a little window right there. I think that's going to be effective, and then a little fireplace there. I think this is going to work just fine. I don't know if there's going to be a shop or a house or what, but I like it so far. I feel like it hasn't been too difficult to do a diagonals. Okay, looks like I got a nice start on the second floor. I'm using bone blocks this time instead of the white wool and the diorite and stuff, and I think that they kind of, I like them. I actually ran out of white wool, which is the main reason I'm using them, but also because Waffle Stick was using them over there, and I like the way they looked. They kind of have a little bit of a dirt appearance, like there's some dirt on it, and I think that's a little bit more authentic than having them look as clean as the concrete and the white wool. So that's good. One interesting thing on this diagonal build is these windows right here. As you can see right here, if I use the panes, like if I don't put anything there, then they kind of do a window and a half. So what I did is I put a trapdoor, and when I had no idea that when you open a trapdoor like that, it actually changes the glass block. Look at that. I was thinking about going 3 stories on this guy, but I think what I'm going to do is 2 with a bunch of dormers. So I'll probably do 2 dormers on this side and 2 on the other side and see if I can pull that off on a diagonal. That's going to be interesting, but actually this hasn't been as difficult as I thought it would be putting in a diagonal house. So yeah, I'm pretty much liking it. I decided to go with the orange glass panes here just to kind of give a little bit of a different look to this. I don't know if I'm loving it necessarily, but I definitely don't want to use all the same color glass pane for every build. So the fact that I'm using some different colors is important. Okay, I think I got this fireplace figured out, and what I did is kind of something interesting that I've never done before. So if you look at it this way, you can't really see it, but if you look at it kind of angle on, what I've done is I've kind of put a stair there, and a stair there, and a stair there to kind of bring the fireplace back as it comes upwards with this cantilever right here. So this is kind of, coming out by a block, and then we've got this guy coming out by a block as well as it kind of snakes its way up there. And I think that looks so interesting. Just I was going to use kind of like a ledge, but then I decided to kind of go with this staggered effect, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I think that looks really good. Here's going to be our roof outline. I was thinking about doing one of those asymmetrical ones, but I just couldn't quite get it to fit in for some reason. So I decided to go with a symmetrical one. And now all we have to do is extend that through the diagonal and do the other side. So this is really testing my building skills to be able to do this, because I wanted to have 2 dormers, and then I wanted to have this thing out the front here, where basically it's like kind of an extension up, but it's going to be like a big dormer sort of, but it's also cantilevered out. Really crazy stuff. So I don't know if that's going to work, because the roof line might be higher than this roof line, and then therefore it's not going to look right. But I'm going to give it a shot, because I think it's going to be worth doing if I can make it work like that. So We're trying. Okay, so if I don't sag the roof, if I don't make the little sag in the middle, then this was actually going to meet up right there on the spine of our roof, which I think I kind of got lucky on that. So I'm going to go with it. The tricky part was getting this spine in place. And then also usually I build the roof and then I put the dormers on and kind of like break it out apart. And I decided not to do that. And yeah, I don't know why I decided to do that on this more complicated roof, but regardless, it's working out okay. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself that I'm able to, or that this is working out and looking good. I was afraid that it was going to look a mess. Okay, I finished the roof and I'm pretty happy with this build. I like it. I think I'm liking it. For my first diagonal house, I'm going to say this was a success. This was a great success. Obviously, I need to do a little bit of detailing on the sides. It needs some, some little fences and some trapdoors and things around the sides and stuff. But for the most part, I'm really pleased with this. I think it looks really nice. I like the dormer in the front. That looks really good. For some reason, it looks a little off, but I think that's because of the diagonal. And then these dormers in the back, I really like them as well. So that's pretty good. I need to do, like I said, some more detail on the exterior here. But then I think it's going to be a completed build. And wow, my first diagonal house. Okay. All right, so we put up some flower boxes. I need to go get some more flowers from the flower farm. And we did a lot of these fences and stuff. And I think it's looking really good. The only thing that I forgot to do was decorate this end. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just the upper part here, I forgot to decorate that. And then I'm going to call it complete, except for the fact that there aren't any flowers in these flower boxes. But like I said, we're going to go to the flower farm and get some. I need some for this build and for that build over there that we did last episode. All right. So yeah, I put some flowers all the way around in these flower boxes. I went and visited the flower farm, and apparently the flower farm only puts out like tulips and these bluettes. So I had to find a couple of these little, the cornflowers and stuff, and an allium. I just found like a couple of them just laying around on my way there. So I put all of those all the way around this build, and I think it looks great. I like the flowers. And then I completely forgot to do the chimney, which is now added to the build there. And that completes it. Of course, we have to do interiors at some point. So we have to do the interior. This one and that one and that one and that one. And then there's a couple of manor houses that are completely blank on the interior. So we're going to have to do a big interior design day at some point. But that's going to require me gathering different resources, lots of different shulker boxes and stuff, because interior design just requires a lot of different stuff. So I'm kind of in the mood to build houses right now, but that might be like a future episode, is just all interiors. But we have one more house to build, and I think that, well, not one more, but another one. I want to build another one. I think what I want to do is, the city actually expands all the way to the end of this thing. And so what I don't want to do is just kind of stay in this area and build all these builds here and neglect this down here because it's kind of down here, So what I think I'm going to do is choose one of these towards the end to build on and go ahead and make a house on one of these. So that's going to be kind of fun. Okay, so I'm standing within our suspicious building here. And I've made a quite a long build, evidently. What this is going to be is it's going to be like a water mill. So I'm going to have a water wheel right here, which I need to figure out how in the world I'm going to build a water wheel. But yeah, then the front of this thing is going to be like a regular sort of build. Yeah, so the land was also a little bit odd. So I had to kind of build it like this. The land came up like this. So what I got to do is I got to tear out all of this inside of here to make it so that it is the final height of the floor is going to be 63 blocks, because I want the landscape on the outside to be consistent, and I want the landscape on the inside to be consistent. So in other words, the floor is actually going to be below ground level just a tiny bit in here, which I think is going to be kind of cool. Anyway, then I kind of have some plans for how the upper part of the building is going to go, but you'll see those in a minute, I guess. Okay, I've got the second story all kind of figured out here. So what I've done is I've made this cantilever out this way, like that. So basically what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a two-part roof where the one part is going to go this way and the other part is going to go perpendicular to that. I think that's going to work out pretty well on this. And then what I did over here is I brought this one out 2 blocks like that. And I put these sort of braces over here. I think that works well, but I might go ahead and do the whatever those things are called, the fence gates instead. But I think that actually looks pretty cool. We'll see. I might change that as we do the details on the outside, but I think that's going to look good. And then there's going to be a roof this way and a roof that way. I thought about going up 3 stories with this one, but I just think that's a little too much over here. And so I think I'm going to go just 2 stories and then have a roof there and a roof there and be done with it and make it a little bit more simpler over here, because I feel like this is kind of like, I don't know, a little bit, it's still city, I guess, but it's a little bit more towards the country, if that makes sense. So I think that it makes sense to do a little bit shorter builds over here, but maybe not. Maybe that's not a smart idea. I don't know. Anyway, onward. We're going to just go ahead and start building the roof. Okay, you guys. So I am such a blockhead that I was intentionally trying to mess up one of these sides so that we could have one of those roofs that are asymmetrical. And this side is the side that I intentionally made screwed up, but I'm so bad at screwing things up. I mean, like, I'm so good at screwing things up that I screwed up my screw up and I'm actually made it correctly. So on this side, like, maybe if I try to do it right, then I'll mess it up into, oh, I already did. Jeez. Okay, I finished the roof. I think it looks pretty good. I tried to make it sort of a saggy kind of roof, and I think it kind of works. Wow, I can't talk for a second. Wow, I just could not speak. It's unspeakable. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, that's good. So the next thing that I want to do is, of course, detail the outside, but we need to start with this water wheel. And I have no idea how to make a water wheel. So we're going to get started. Okay, I think I've laid out what I think is going to be the right shape for this water wheel, and I think that's looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take and put these, I don't know if I should make it like thick with like these and then, oh, hello. And what do you want? How about go away? Anyway, I don't know if I should make it thick and then put, because I'm thinking about using fence gates as kind of like the little paddles that go around these things, or like, I don't know. Okay, so the very first thing that I tried actually worked, which I'm quite surprised about. All I did was bring this out 2 blocks, and then I made this cross pattern, and then I used our circle. It's just a 1, 2, 3, so that would be what, a 7 radius circle, and then yeah, so just these little fence gates right in here, and then surrounded by trapdoors, and it works really well. It does seem to stick out just a tiny bit too much over here, which I'm not super amazed with, but I mean, from all other angles except for right here, like, that looks like it sticks out just a little bit too much. If it was over like half a block, it would be perfect. But unfortunately, we can't do that in Minecraft. So I think this is about as good as it's going to get. And I'm actually really happy with it because it looks just pretty much like what I wanted it to. Okay, all of the exterior decorating is complete. We've got our little flower boxes and our flowers, and I decided to go with these little kind of overhang window thingies here with these slabs. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. Did I forget? I always forget like one thing, one little spot. Okay, I'll fix that in a bit. Over here, we've got this one window. I couldn't do a lot more with that window because of the water wheel. It kind of would have gotten in the way. But I think that the addition of that window makes it so the water wheel doesn't look like it sticks out so bad. And same thing with the addition of these, the fence gates, the fence posts, whatever. So it kind of doesn't look like it sticks out quite so bad. All right, let's do a daisy there. And then we've got these windows here and a window there. and then a flower there. And we're good. It's all done. Oh, you know what? I was going to edit this just a little bit because it got a little bit weird. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like put too many blocks right in here, so I need to change that one to one of these. And now it'll be fixed. There we go. I'm glad I remembered to do that. Yeah, that's better. Okay. It's such a minor thing. I probably wouldn't have even noticed it, but I just made a mental note to like do it. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. That does look better. It really highlights the fact that these are kind of like asymmetrical and weird looking. So that's perfect. Okay, the next build that I'm going to do, honestly, I want to do one of these yellow ones. So it's going to be like an inn or a somewhat larger build because it's like a public, not like a public building, but like an establishment, you know what I mean? Like this one's going to be like an inn, like a hotel sort of thing. And so is this one, and this one might be like a tavern sort of deal, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking about doing this one because I like the idea of how this one would work. So the idea is it's like two separate builds connected by a walkway in the middle. And then what I wanted to do is to bring our pathway through the middle of that. I think that would be really cool. That would be a really cool one. The other one that I was thinking about doing is this one here to kind of start completing out this, well, not completing out, I guess, because there's like a bazillion builds around here to do. But kind of build near our tree here. And I'm not sure which one I want to do the most. Okay, well, quite obviously, I have decided to do the one that's shaped like a Y near the Blackstone tree. So this is going to be called the Blackstone Inn. The Black Tree Inn. That's what it was. I totally messed that up. I've been practicing that for ages, and I messed it up. What do you know? Oh, goodness. Anyway, yeah, so what I've done here is I've created the base of it, and I decided to go with kind of like a foundation kind of style here, where we have sort of a foundation and kind of a patio here, because this is going to be like a larger inn and maybe a larger build here. So this is going to be like, you know, kind of the restaurant part of the inn, and then upstairs we will build some rooms, I guess. And so, yeah, I decided to go with this kind of style on the sides instead of doing the rock kind of thing that we've been doing over there, where the lower portion is made entirely of stone and the spruce wood. And I think this is going to look good for a little bit different style, but kind of still the same style. Okay, I've made some decent progress on this thing. I built a second and third floor here, and I'm starting to get the roof line correct. I hope I'm not making too big of a build here, but I don't think that it's too big based on what it is. Yeah, and I am having some difficulties with, as you can see here, with getting this diagonal roof to go. But I do have this roof line going, and I'm going to put one over there, and I'm hopefully going to merge all three of them right in the middle here. And then I'm going to have a few places where there's going to be like dormers and things coming up. I kind of wanted to do dormers like I did on this one over here, where we had sort of this dormer kind of coming up like that. I wanted to do some stuff like that, but I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work on this build. But I'm going to give it a go and see if I can get it to work. After much time and effort, I have come up with this roof. The diagonal part looks good, but the diagonal part connecting to the regular part looks really derp. And I don't know exactly what to do about it. So the thing that I'm probably going to try first is to try to sag this roof down so that it kind of comes down to the level of this guy right here. All right, I will say that that does look better. I also finished the front kind of ish like that, if that's the front. I think the other thing that's bothering me about this is it's actually an evenly spaced thing on the front here. And so this should actually be like 2 blocks at the top, but anyway, it's just a mess. This thing is a mess. It's a terrible mess. But anyway, yeah, that does look better, but I think I'm going to try to build a small tower just like right here. Okay, I'd say that helped it quite a bit. It looks a lot better. This is just one of those builds where it's just not coming easily. that one, and the diagonal one there, and then the windmill one that we just did, those went up pretty easily. But this one is just being stubborn. Just can't quite get it to look right. But I think we finally achieved something that I'm pretty happy with. Okay, I got to do a little more detailing on this, and then I think I'm going to fill in the sides with some bone blocks. But I also need to go and get some more bone blocks because I feel like I can't raid Waffle Stick much more. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I just don't think that's very nice. So I'm going to get my own bone blocks, and this one's going to take quite a bit to fill in all the bone blocks that are necessary. Okay, that was a grind to get all that stuff on there. Wow. It doesn't really look like that much stuff, but by the time you go up and down scaffolding like 80 bazillion times because you forgot the plant that you wanted to put on there and you ran out of trapdoors, yeah, that got annoying. Anyway, I think this thing looks so good with all the detail on it. That's definitely what it needed. Kind of draws the eye away from some of the imperfections with the roof and stuff. And I really like it. I really think that this turned out well. I'm debating about whether or not I want to put glass in these windows or whether I just want to leave them open like that. That's a big debate for me. All right, we're taking a short break from city building here, and Waffle Stick and Etzmine are mining out this giant perimeter. And holy crap, look at this thing. This is insane. It's huge. It's just a giant, like it doesn't even render all the way. Wow. This is pretty unbelievable. I think that the actual machines that are doing it are over here somewhere, blowing things up, so I can't get too close to this wall. But holy macaroni. This is, yeah, there they are. You can see the TNT falling just now coming into render distance. Holy my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's mine. The mastermind behind this project. Look at that. That is nuts. This is absolutely nuts, though. Anytime you can, like, see into the structure of, like, the structure of Minecraft's, like, generation, like, you can see, like, the caves. It always fascinates me. I think I'm too close to this right here, but yeah, geez. It's just crazy. And look, the water's green because this is technically a swamp biome. So yeah, there's that. Wow. They'd probably appreciate it if I got rid of this water for them. See if I can do it real quick. Do. There it is. Got it. That's pretty easy. Well, here comes the TNT thing. This is absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts, you guys. I gotta get out of here. Anyway, so the plan here is to build like a double witch hut farm, I think. So before they blew it up, of course, there's like a witch hut spawn in here somewhere. And so apparently you need a perimeter like this to create a witch hut now. A witch hut farm. I'm not really sure about how those mechanics work because it's kind of not my thing anymore. Look at this. This is just absolutely bizarre to just have this much bedrock and not be able to like see anything else besides just bedrock. It's like an alien landscape. I could go nuts on this with like building weird alien buildings and stuff. But yeah, well, it looks like I didn't quite get the water in time. Does it have a second source block up there? It must. Oh no, it's just slowly going down. So I guess this is like the cross section of a ravine. That's pretty interesting, to be honest. That's pretty darn interesting. I wonder what this is. Is this intentional right here? I think this is not intentional. Let's see. It might be intentional though. I don't know. Yeah, that can't be intentional. There we go. Probably didn't think of that. Because that would have like expanded out that way, I think. And then made it so that like you couldn't get this stuff. Hopefully I didn't just screw something major up. Well, just trying to help. So this is what a cave looks like when it's been exposed. I gotta be careful because if that TNT thing catches up with me, I'm in trouble. Can't be hanging out over here too long anyway. I was hoping to see like at least one block of diamond ore here. But, you know, I don't see any. It's too bad. That's just so nutty. Look at that. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about being too close to it. Oh, look, diamonds. Or is that emeralds? That's emeralds. Oh. Yeah, I can see. It's okay. Wow. This is crazy. There's a bit of lapis right there, but it's right over this lava, so I don't think I want to go for that. If I screw up the landing, I'm gonna be in trouble. Hey, look, you guys, diamonds. I'm gonna go collect that. Sadly, it was only one block of diamond ore. But, oh well. I don't really use diamonds that much, you know, because we don't really have an economy system here, so it's like diamonds are kind of like, eh. Okay, so I hung out and chatted with Waffle Stick and Etzmine for a good while, and while I was chatting with them on Discord, I decided to just do a little bit of interior decorating, and that kind of led to this. So this is the bottom of our inn, of course. Just the bottom floor is what I'm working on here. So I did like some tables and some little chairs and some cookies and a little bit of flower stuff and some leaves. And then right here what I had is kind of like a flower plant with some carpet around it, and what I wanted to do instead was to make a fireplace, which I'm working on right now. Now this probably isn't super like authentic as far as you know, medieval times, having a fireplace like in the middle of the room like this. It'd probably be on the end or somewhere, but I think that this is gonna work just fine, and I kind of like how it sort of makes the room smaller. What I really want to do with interiors right now is just kind of fill them up so that like the spaces are kind of like claustrophobic a little bit almost. I think that that's really kind of the style that I want to go for. I really enjoy like decorating small spaces more than larger spaces. It's a lot easier because you're kind of limited in what you can do. And it's kind of a lot more fun because you have to be more creative in what you do because you're limited in space. Anyway, that being said, I think no, I don't have any stairs and stuff. I need to go get a couple of things to finish this fireplace. All right, so we've got some stuff here. What I wanted to do is to kind of put some of these slabs like around the bottom of it because it sort of hides the edge of the fireplace and it also makes it kind of look, there we go, like that. And then I thought I got more of these slabs. What in the world? Now it'd be nice to have these go through the floor, obviously, but I don't know what I want to do up there. So for now, what I'm just going to do is kind of place them in like this and then not worry about doing, not worrying about right now, at least the, what am I trying to say? The ceiling part of it, because I don't know if I want to continue this going upwards or not, but I do like this. This is kind of cool. As like a little fireplace. You see, like the real challenge of interior decorating, both in creative mode and in survivals, for me anyway, is just the lack of inventory space on here. Because you only have like how many slots? 9 slots to put stuff, and like there's just so many things that you need when you decorate an interior. You need plants and pots and flowers of different types and lanterns and barrels, and the list is just literally endless of the different types of blocks that would be helpful to have on hand when you're decorating, and you just don't have enough inventory space to have all those blocks. I kind of like that. It's like a little open, like fiery thing in the middle of this inn. I'm okay with that. I think that looks good. Okay. All right. Yeah, we've got lots of little fish and stuff like this. I could make these item frames invisible and then put like plates on there or something. But I'm thinking of just leaving the item frames and have them be the plates and stuff. Just because, yeah, I have a lot to decorate. And so like doing every single item frame invisible is going to take a long time. I also decorated a little bit in this house, but I'm not done yet because I need some more items to decorate with. I need some more bricks, actually. So in here, what we have is I wanted to build like a flower shop in here. So I put a few little item frames with some flowers in here. And then I put like tons of shelves because what I want just like flowers on every shelf all over the place in here. And I think that that's going to work out really nicely. And then, of course, we have other floors and things to decorate. So it kind of looks like I'm starting to do like some interior decorating here. So maybe I'll do that at least at the beginning of next episode, maybe the entire episode. And then we will get back to building full structures. So that's kind of where we're at right now. But unfortunately for today, we are completely out of time. Got all the footage I need. So that means... Well, guys and gals, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Blockheads. Do leave a like and share and subscribe and all that stuff if you liked it, and that helps out the channel. But more importantly, I hope you're having an amazing, awesome, beautiful day. And God bless.